On Thursday, the heads of state from Hungary, Serbia, Czech Republic, Slovakia, and a former head of state from Australia gathered in Budapest to promote childbirth over immigration. It was the third annual demographic summit at Castle Garden Bazaar. Featured speakers included Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, Chechen Prime Minister Andreja Babiš, Serbian President Alexander Vučić, and former Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott. Other elected officials from all over the world gave brief speeches. Slovakian Prime Minister Peter Pellegrini was also present for the event. I believe this was an extremely important event, and it seems to have been largely ignored by the international media. Viktor Orban boldly and directly denounced population replacement through immigration. I previously did a video about this concept. It occurs when a native population is declining and new young immigrants are brought in to replace them. Many Western countries have major political parties that openly promote this. Orban spoke about this himself at the event. He said that some politicians simply think they are being pragmatic, while others have various ideological motivations for wanting new immigrants. The UN calls this replacement migration. In France, conservative activists have been calling it le grand remplacement. In German-speaking countries, conservatives call it Bevölkerungsaustausch. YouTube calls it a conspiracy theory. They even go so far as to slap hysterical-sounding warning labels on popular videos that speak out against it. Of course, if you make a video in support of replacement migration, YouTube does not slap any warning label on that. Heinz Christian Strache, the former Austrian vice-chancellor, caused a sensation in Austria earlier this year when he denounced replacement migration to a reporter. However, many powerful people spoke out against the same thing at this summit. Orban said point-blank that population replacement must be rejected. Migration must be excluded as a solution to demographic problems. Instead, governments must pursue policies to increase childbirth. Otherwise, the very character of each nation will be lost forever. Orban said that to turn the tide, family policy must be backed by strong spiritual, economic, national, and constitutional foundations. The traditional family needs constitutional protections from attacks by the courts, NGOs, and EU policymakers. He declared that the United States of America is a prime example of a country where the traditional family is under attack by the courts. Orban said that to increase native birth rates, money must be spent. There is no way around it. However, family benefits must be tied to employment and fulfilling family obligations. It must not simply be handouts that would create welfare abusers. Orban has recently instituted income tax breaks based on how many children you have. Orban also denounced the so-called green politicians who say low childbirth is good for the environment. He pointed out that small nations like Hungary, Czech Republic, and Serbia could easily be permanently altered through large-scale immigration. The percentage of natives would soon be too small to maintain the national character of the country. He also said that Hungary could not exist as an island in a radically altered European continent. Hungary needs partners in Europe who are pursuing the same goals of preserving themselves. He specifically pointed to Italy as a country that he hopes will become a partner. Tony Abbott, who was the Australian Prime Minister from 2013 to 2015, called on Boris Johnson to curb immigration into Britain. He said Europe is being inundated with vast numbers of military-aged men with grievances. Abbott said Europeans have no obligation to provide for people who crossed multiple borders, not to be safe, but purely for economic reasons. He also denounced British elites who say it is bad for the environment to have children. Abbott pointed out that populations are exploding in Africa as well as most of Asia. Serbian Prime Minister Alexander Vučić praised Orban for bringing Hungary and Serbia closer together and said he wanted to learn from others how to get Serbs to have more children. Serbian birth rates have been below replacement levels since the 1950s. He said that the demographic decline in Serbia is so severe that people call it the white flag. He said the problem is the worst among Serbia's middle class. Czech Prime Minister Andrea Babiš said a successful nation must be able to reproduce itself without the need for immigrants. All right, thanks for watching this video. Click the like button, post a comment below and tell me what you think about this. And please support my sponsor, Patriotic Flags, the online flag store, patriotic-flags.com. Get yourself a Hungarian, Serbian, and Czech Republic flag. And please consider making a donation to this YouTube channel, as YouTube has mass demonetized all my videos. And click the subscribe button. New video every few days.